You wake up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Garth Brooks, Tim Blake Nelson, and most importantly, the Golden Driller. Standing at 76 feet and weighing 43,500 pounds, it is the 7th tallest statue in the United States. What are the other 6? I'm so happy you asked. Coming in at number 6, Minnesota's Iron Man statue. No, not the cool one. Number 5 is Metaphor, the Tree of Utah. I'm no art critic, but if you gotta tell people it's a metaphor, probably doesn't work. Number 4, Our Lady of the Rockies in Butte, Montana. Why would you build a statue on a mountain? It defeats the purpose of... Oh, wait, it's for his wife who was recovering from cancer? Oh, I'm a huge asshole. Okay, moving on. Number 3, the Statue of Union in Sugarland, Texas. The vision of His Holiness Sri Shinajayar Swamiji. I feel like if I make fun of this, I'm going to get canceled, so moving on. Number 2, this statue of Pegasus slaying a dragon in Florida. Holy crap, this is perfect. I have no notes. And finally, number 1, Lumi the Pie Lady. No, of course, it's the Statue of Liberty. You know, usually you treat your body like a temple, but over the past week, you may or may not have gone over 2,000 calories a day a couple times. So you try to rectify that by getting a smoothie. I got the Island Detox with chia seeds and probiotics, so anytime now. On the road, time for Bristo. And since you ate like such a health nut this morning, you treat yourself with some Miss Kitty's Coneys. It may not be as old as the other stops, but it's family owned, and any restaurant with a menu like this, you know is gonna be good. Get some cheese and jalapenos on there, delicious. Let me know if you want to do a best of Route 66 hot dogs down below. Next stop, Stroud, where in 1915, legendary outlaw Henry Starr was arrested when he tried to rob 2 banks at the same time.
What would you do if you had $1 million?
I'll tell you what I'd do, man. 2 banks at the same time, man.
Well, he goes to jail, but just 4 years later gets out of prison and becomes a silent movie star where he plays himself in the film A Debtor to the Law. Just 2 years later, he was shot and killed while robbing a bank. Matt, who could have guessed? And you think today's movie stars are bad boys. Stroud is also the home of the Skyliner Motel, which opened in 1950 and is in walking distance of the Rock Cafe. Dude, this place is so cool. It's listed on the National Register of Historic Places. It was built during the Great Depression, mostly by one guy who would hire some local kids, and it was entirely from local sandstone. Well, in 1993, Don Welch purchased the restaurant, and she is the inspiration for Sally Carrera from the movie Cars. Well, you take your car to Chandler, where in 1894, a notorious outlaw that was responsible for the murders of 8 men named Cherokee Bill and his gang stole $500 from the Lincoln County Bank. Today, that is worth approximately $5 billion. You arrive in Arcadia, population 169. Nice. Check out the Round Barn. Built in 1898, it's the only truly round barn in the United States. Then you hop to Pops. Opened in 2007, it's home to over 700 different types of soda, including L81. This place has won several architectural awards, and the giant soda bottle out front is an appropriate 66 foot tall. On to Oklahoma City. It is the biggest city in Oklahoma, which is, I guess, how it got its name. And it's the only part of Route 66 that has a Chinatown. Now, you take in the sights, including the Gold Dome, built in 1958, and Milk Bottle Grocery. How cool is this? It's a triangle building that was built in 1930 as a grocery store. Then the bottle was added to attract customers in 1948. One thing I have learned is that when your GPS on your phone says there is a Tesla supercharger port, and the Tesla that you're driving says that there's not one or it doesn't show up, trust the Tesla. And the thought of giant cookies makes you so hungry that you head for El Reno for a world-famous onion burger. Back in the 1920s, with Oklahoma in the throes of the Dust Bowl, a restaurant owner named Ross Davis was in a sliced dill pickle. Now, we don't have any photos of Ross, so we're just going to use this one of Sam Elliott. Ross owned a burger joint called the Hamburger Inn, and he had to figure out a way to make his beef stretch further. So he started patting out his hamburgers with fried onions, and guess what? People loved it. And that fried onion burger is, oh my Lord, tastes like freedom. On to Weatherford, home of Route 66 icon Lucille Hammonds, who, as the owner of the classic service station Hammond's Court, was so known for her hospitality, she was nicknamed the Mother of the Mother Road. Today, her spirit lives on in Lucille's Roadhouse, and you do a shot in her honor, and several more when you get to the motel. End of the night, you find yourself in Elk City, little more than a small settlement in 1892. By 1907, the railroad coming through made it a boomtown. Today, it has one Walmart supercenter. Well, you're bummed the National Route 66 Museum is closed, but you don't need to attend it. You're living it. One last stop for tonight, and that's Sayre, where you'll have to save your exploration for tomorrow because the smoothie finally kicked in.